Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real Time, where we talk about the movies we like.
And the ones we don't.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Molly.
And today we're going to be talking about two separate movies that have basically nothing to do with each other, but we're doing these two together because we did their sequels back in the first year of our channel, so let's just do these two together. Why not? We're going to be talking about the first Shrek and Deadpool movies.
Yeah. For some reason, we did their sequels first. I do not know why. I guess we just felt like watching them.
That's basically why we did them first. All day during a few days at work, on two separate days, I was feeling like watching Deadpool 2 or Shrek 2. And then we did them.
Yeah, so hey, time for the first ones.
So, first we're going to be talking about Shrek. I'm not sure if we did Shrek 2 or Deadpool 2 first, and I don't really feel like checking. But Shrek came out before Deadpool, so let's do that one.
Okay, yeah. I like your logic.
So, Shrek was one of the first movies from DreamWorks Animation. People working on The Prince of Egypt were sent to work on Shrek if they messed up. Because, in a similar situation to Disney with Pocahontas and The Lion King, The Prince of Egypt was really the thing that they were focusing a lot of their attention on, given that it was supposed to be the first animated movie from this new studio, but that didn't happen as Katzenberg pushed ants out to compete with Pixar's A Bug's Life, because nothing Katzenberg ever does can ever be made without at least a complete buttload of spite. So, but anyways, people were sent to work on Shrek if they messed up on Prince of Egypt. But in the long run, Shrek ended up being a much more bigger success, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard of Shrek yet, then I don't even know. You must be living under a rock, I guess.
A rock in a swamp, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
So, Shrek stars, of course, Mike Myers as the eponymous titular character. And originally, Shrek was played by Chris Farley before he died during production. He had most of his dialogue recorded, so they had to start from scratch with Mike Myers. Now, Mike Myers had originally recorded all his dialogue, but then he thought that they should give Shrek a Scottish accent, so they had to re-record his dialogue again, and it eventually ended up being right for the character. Mike Myers actually received a letter from Steven Spielberg congratulating for the decision, which he still has to this day, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I would not throw away a letter from Steven Spielberg.
Shrek also stars not Mike Myers, I already said him.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy as Donkey.
Mm-hmm. Another well-casted character, because I don't think anyone else would have played the character as well as Eddie Murphy.
I mean, maybe, but who knows, really.
It would have been a lot different if it was anybody else, for sure.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was. I'm sure it'll come back if it's important.
Yeah.
Also starring in this movie, it was Cameron Diaz as Princess Fiona, the princess that Shrek has to rescue in order to get his swamp back from Lord Farquaad, played by John Lithgow. Now, Fiona has a bit of a secret in that she turns into an ogre, like Shrek, every night when the sun goes down. It's kind of weird, but when she was a baby, well, what did she say? A witch or something put a curse on her?
Yeah, she got cursed somehow. Doesn't really go into it too much, this movie.
It's not too necessary,
No.
but it's okay.
Yeah. It's not needed.
And those are really the main players in this movie. I mean, we get appearances from everyone's favorite. Hey, it's that guy, voice actor Jim Cummings, who plays Farquaad's captain of the guards. But there aren't really a lot of characters in this movie, major ones at least.
Yeah, not a lot of major characters. A lot of little side characters.
So Shrek, it's a very influential movie, but also in both good and bad ways, to be perfectly honest here.
What do you mean?
Well, good in that, well, it gave us the Shrek franchise.
Yeah.
It gave us Shrek 2 and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I haven't seen the first Puss in Boots, so I can't say anything on that. The less we say about Shrek 3, the better. And I don't remember Shrek Forever After too much.
Uh-huh.
But on the other hand, it kind of influenced the animation scene from then on, causing a lot of other studios to try to emulate Shrek's success by doing something along the same tone. You get snarky characters, you get an overload of pop cultural references, and a lot of maybe ill-fitting pop music needle drops in movies. It's kind of like sometimes all that works to a movie's favor, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Because it definitely worked in favor for Shrek. And I think a lot of movies saw that and then tried to reciprocate that, but they couldn't quite match the, I guess, like the personality or the certain qualities that the Shrek movie had.
Yeah, and a lot from DreamWorks itself also didn't do so well because we saw how it really failed with Shark Tale. We're probably going to get to that at some point, but who knows?
Yeah, it's been a very, very long time since I've seen that movie.
So originally this movie was going to be produced by Steven Spielberg and be hand-drawn, which there's 4 hand-drawn DreamWorks movies in their entire film catalog. You got The Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado, Joseph King of Dreams, and Sinbad. Okay, there's 5 actually. There's Spirit, but okay, 5 and their whole entire catalog. So another one could have been nice.
Yeah, especially nowadays, because looking back, we're like, oh, maybe we should have appreciated hand-drawn movies more because now they're all computer animated.
Which, in terms of years of them being made, there's probably more hand-drawn animated movies than CGI, but still, we don't get any more hand-drawn ones.
Yeah, not anymore.
At one point, Bill Murray was supposed to star as Shrek. That could have been interesting, but I'm fine with what we have, what we got ended up with.
Yeah, what we ended up with obviously worked out fine.
And Steve Martin was at one point to star as Donkey.
That would have been cool. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's still fine with the direction they went.
Yeah, definitely.
Another choice was Nicolas Cage. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I can't really picture that, but definitely interesting.
He turned the role down, though, as he felt being cast as a scary ogre would make a bad impression on kids. But yet he did Ghost Rider.
I don't know. I can't look into his brain.
I don't think anyone would want to.
No.
So, yes, as we said before, Chris Farley passed away during production. Pretty late into it. Almost all of his lines were recorded. Initially, the studio reached out to his brother to finish the lines, but he just couldn't do it because obviously his brother had just died. So he, emotionally speaking, he wasn't in the right place to do that.
Yeah, I would say so.
He did later regret that, but still, you can't blame the guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was some animation done with the Chris Farley version of Shrek 2. It's almost entirely lost media at this point, but some has resurfaced here and there. You can find it on YouTube easily, and it's kind of rough looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks much different.
Alan Rickman was originally offered the role of Farquaad, but turned it down to star in this other fantasy movie. You might have heard of it, called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
I don't know.
Well, a lot of that is what could have been, and I'm fine with the movie we got. It's not great by any means. I don't even think it's the best Shrek movie. That's
Obviously,
that's
Shrek
obviously
2.
Shrek 2. It's not even the second best Shrek movie. That's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
I guess so. I guess you can consider that a Shrek movie.
It's connected. They go to Far Far Away at the end.
Yeah. All right.
We see Shrek at some point in the movie too.
For like a second.
Look, a second is still counting.
All right. All right.
So, do you have anything more to say about the original Shrek?
I mean, honestly, no, because everything about Shrek has been said before. It's great. It's hilarious. It is. Well, actually, watching it again, there were a lot of like little bad words throughout the movie, and I was thinking, wow, I can't believe Mom let me watch this at such a young age.
Yes, they say ass and damn and hell and crap.
Yeah, I know. It was very for an animated movie, like that's a big deal.
At one point, Shrek calls Donkey a jackass, which in this context, it's technically not a bad word.
Yeah, that's what Donkey is.
So this was the first animated movie not made by Disney or Pixar to be placed in the Library of Congress as a significant movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's very significant for its time period.
For animation.
Yeah, for animation.
It was also the recipient of the first Academy Award for Best Animated Movie.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
It took a little while to become the Disney and Pixar movie, because the movie that won it in the next year was Spirited Away. So it took a little time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, this year, I'm pretty sure it's not even going to a Disney or a Pixar movie. It's going to either Across the Spider-Verse or Boy and the Heron, if I had to guess.
That would be my guess.
Okay, so what was your favorite part of the first Shrek movie?
It's hard to say because I really like Shrek. Maybe when they go and rescue Princess Fiona. I think it's pretty funny that the dragon has a crush on Donkey.
Yeah, that is a little funny. It's like they get to the castle and they get chased by this dragon, and you find out, oh, it's a chick dragon, and then she has the hots for donkeys. It's like, what are you doing, movie? That's kind of weird.
It is very weird, but it's funny.
And then in the next movie, at the very end, she shows up with like donkey dragon hybrid babies. It's how did that happen? I don't want to know.
Yeah, it's best not to think about
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what my favorite scene in this movie would be. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but because I don't hate this movie at all. I don't dislike it. I don't love it. You know what I mean?
Okay. It's a little blasphemous.
I like it fine. I just, for some reason, can't pick a favorite scene.
That's okay. I understand. Plus, yeah, I like Shrek 2 better, but yeah, that's okay. What about Nebula? She's trying to get in our faces. What does she think?
I agree.
Yeah, that was a very wise take.
One of our cats here just decided she wants to sit on my thigh because she needs attention. I've gone the last about 2.5 hours since I've gotten home without seeing her, and then all of a sudden when we're trying to record, she decides, I'm gonna sit here now.
Yeah, I know. She's like, okay, now's a good time for me to get my attention in. Mm-hmm.
Little turd. Anyways, I think that might have to do it for us for Shrek. It's a perfectly good movie. Definitely top 15 DreamWorks. Maybe top 10. Who knows? we're going to be doing our top 5 for DreamWorks at some point this year because it's the studio's 30th anniversary.
Oh, wow. 30 years.
Since we did top 5 for Disney last year, and it was last year was Disney's 100th anniversary. We're not waiting that long for DreamWorks. Nah. I may not want to do this show in 70 more years.
Yeah, you're right.
So, next we're going to be talking about the 2016 R-rated superhero movie, Deadpool. Deadpool. So this movie was a bit of a long time coming. Originally appearing in the 2009 X-Men spin-off movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds stars as Deadpool in this movie, after, again, appearing in that one. And suffice to say, this was a lot more well-received than his first appearance.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first appearance one. But from what I hear, yes, this one did a much better job.
Well, the thing is, when in his initial appearance in the movie as just Wade Wilson, he's okay. You know, he's a bit of a snarky dude. He's pretty goofy. He's kind of morally bankrupt, but it's fine. It's a good start. And then later on, they shut it. They remove his mouth, which a lot of you may know that Deadpool is also known as the Merc with a Mouth. So removing a key aspect of his character, not a great idea. Plus, they gave him like swords coming out of his arms, like Wolverine has claws. He kind of looks like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. They gave him laser eyes and teleportation, which he has a teleportation device sometimes, but like it's not a key thing that he has usually. And it's just stupid. Just don't worry about that. Just watch this one, and it's the real Deadpool.
Yeah, that sounds a little weird.
Also starring in this is Ed Skrein as Ajax, the guy who runs a superhero workshop that takes people and awakens their mutant abilities, which isn't really how Deadpool works in the comics. There he gets cancer and he signs up for a supposed to be a super social program, but instead they just inject him with essence of Wolverine, which gives him his healing factor, which heals him faster than his cancer can kill him. It's comics. It's weird.
Yeah, comic logic is weird sometimes.
Karen Sony plays Dopinder, the cab driver that Wade befriends along the way. Mm-hmm. Stefan Kapusik as Colossus, which, side note, we got to meet him at a con, a local con here last year, and the dude's cool as heck. I love him. Yeah,
really fun to talk to.
Like during part of it, he wanted to talk about Deadpool 3, but he couldn't because of the Screen Actors Guild strike going on, plus non-disclosure agreement contracts he signed. So, but you can tell he has a fun time playing this character.
Yeah, you can tell he's really excited to finally have people see it.
Which, I mean, I am too. It seems like it's going to be really fun, but we'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. Brianna Hildebrand plays Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Colossus's sidekick, so to speak. She says she's not that, but that's basically what she is.
I guess so.
T.J. Miller, don't care for him, but he's here too for some reason. Plays Weasel, the guy who runs the bar where Wade and all these other hitmen hang out and get their contracts from. I don't like T.J. Miller. It's personal. I'm not sorry.
Okay.
He's just disgusting to me, and I don't like how when he got rejected by a woman, he called it a bomb threat. It's just, that seems a bit.
Okay.
I mean, granted, there are, scummier actors that I can have problems with, and I do. I just don't like him either.
All right.
Morena Baccarin plays Vanessa, a hooer who Wade eventually falls in love with, and they are planning to get married when Wade gets his cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, bit unfortunate.
Yeah, Morena Baccarin just likes playing ladies of the night, I guess. first Firefly, now this. Probably other things too, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Leslie Uggams plays Blind Al, Wade's new roommate, while he's trying to find Francis so that he can murder the heck out of him for turning him really ugly.
Mm-hmm. Well, he also believes that he can turn him back into normal looking.
That too.
So that's what he's also trying to do. So that's why he hasn't seen Vanessa yet. He wants to look nice first.
He wants to be handsome again.
Yeah.
We also get cameos from Stan Lee, of course.
Of course.
And Rob Liefeld, one of Deadpool's creators.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it for our main players. We also have Gina Carano in this as Ajax's right-hand woman. She's kind of she's the heavy in the movie. She beats up anyone who Ajax needs beating up.
Yeah, she has super strength.
All right, so like we said, this was the second attempt at bringing Deadpool to live action, and this was a lot more successful than the first one, as we could tell by this movie getting 2 sequels and various other cross promotions with other Marvel characters, like he did with Corrigan and some commercials.
Yeah, much more successful.
Yeah, and even based off of the promotional stuff from before this movie came out, Ryan Reynolds has an absolute love for this character, and it's great to see.
Yeah, he does a really great job with bringing Deadpool to life.
Yeah, he even stole the suit from the set, because who's going to stop him?
Yeah, I'm not going to stop him.
Contrast this with Ben Affleck, who, after they got done filming Batman v Superman, he asked if he can, take the suit home. And the studio told him it would cost around $100,000 to take that home, so he opted to take a picture of it instead.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, come on, Ben, you have $100,000. I'm sure you can buy that suit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, man, $100,000 is probably not that much to you, but yeah, a picture's cheaper.
But then again, you know how millionaires stay millionaires, right?
Yeah, I would be a good millionaire because, don't buy anything.
Anyways, so yeah, he uses that. Ryan Reynolds uses the suit basically to do stuff on his own, visit sick kids in hospitals, stuff like that.
Well, that's nice of him.
And for some reason, I'm struggling to come up with stuff to say about the first Deadpool.
When did it come out?
2016.
That's the year I graduated high school.
Oh,
Fun fact.
just thought of something. So I was working at a movie theater when this movie came out, right? And when you work as a movie theater, you quickly find out that the general public are kind of jerks. I mean, this goes for any retail job, really. But at the end of the movie, like when he's parroting Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he tells people to pick up their crap from the floor. Don't leave it for theater ushers to clean up, because it's a real dick move. Yet no one listened to that still.
Oh, dang! I'm sorry.
Bunch of jerks in the audience. And I don't care to say that now. I'm 8 years removed from working at that theater. So to everyone that went to that theater in Illinois that I worked at and didn't clean up their stuff, you suck. I don't like you, and I hope all of your tires get flat.
I always throw away my trash.
Well, that's because you're not a complete degenerate.
I'm nice.
So, for some of the scenes in this movie, such as the beginnings where the beginning where. Okay, look, are you gonna be sick or are you gonna do this?
Both.
in the beginning scene where Wade is trying to
Sorry.
ambush Francis, Ajax,
Yeah.
and his goons. Okay, stop that.
I can't help it. I'm good now. I'm good. I got it out.
I don't believe you. When they're trying to ambush Francis and his goons, Wade accidentally left all his guns back at the house. Something also happens at the end during right before the climactic battle. They packed a whole duffel bag full of guns and ammo, and they were gonna bring it, and they did, but they left it in the cab. Now, this is because of last-minute budget cuts, and Ryan Reynolds had to pay out of pocket to wear his shirt that had B. Arthur's face on it. He paid that to B. Arthur's estate, or he paid it to a charity of B. Arthur's son's choice. One of the two.
That's pretty funny.
So they traded 2 gunfights to use B. Arthur's face. You know, it's a good trade.
It's interesting.
Let's see. So in other countries with stricter censorship than the U.S., the sex scenes were completely cut from the movie, and any scene with anyone's visible penis was they didn't use those takes, which the penises that were used in the movie weren't actual penises; they were just CGI creations. So they just used the scenes without CGI penises.
They didn't even allow CGI penises.
Nah. Because, I mean, penises are penises, whether they're CGI or real.
I guess you're right, yeah.
Let's see. So, the reason why we have this movie is because of a 2014 CGI leak test footage that was leaked by someone, we don't know who, but someone. Could have been Ryan Reynolds, could have been a studio executive, could have been Tim Miller, the director of the movie. Now, we don't know who did it, but the public reaction to this test footage convinced Fox to actually make the movie. The test footage that was released is similar to Wade attacking the convoy of drivers. So it was very similar to that. Not 100% the same, but still, what we got is basically the same thing.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting a cough drop. I just keep coughing. I feel like I've been sick all entire January.
Calm down, Arthur Morgan.
I'm dying of TB.
So one of the script's first drafts had a running gag involving Wade and other bar patrons betting money on how Amy Winehouse would die. They cut this because Amy Winehouse did actually die in between the scripting stage and making the movie.
What year did she die?
Let's see. 2011.
Oh, I thought it was longer ago than that.
I mean, it's still 13 years ago.
Yeah. I just, I don't know my dates and years.
So Ryan Reynolds had to take a pay cut to make this movie because, I mean, it's an R-rated superhero movie. There weren't a huge draw back then, and I mean, because, well, first of all, X-Men Origins didn't do so well. Dread didn't do so well. The only R-rated superhero movies that were doing any sort of success were the Blade movies, and that was still over a decade prior to this. So, there's lots of budget cutting, lots of characters being squeezed into each other, and at another point, Fox slashed another $7 million from the budget, so the final budget became around $58 million.
Yeah.
That's to put in perspective. That's a little bit more than the budget of 2019's Joker. That had a budget of $50 million. But that also made over $1 billion. So,
Yeah, I mean that seems like a good budget. How much money did you say this movie made?
did it make?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Let me check. The first Deadpool movie made let's see. $782 million.
Yeah, well, that's a profit.
Okay. Just going through this. Let's see. Okay, so other people who were considered for this movie, Jensen Ackles was considered for the role of Wade Wilson, actually.
That would have been pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds was the way to go.
Man, I don't think you should have had me on the show today. I just keep coughing.
Settle down, Doc Holliday.
I'm trying. Uh-oh, you got it too.
Maybe I shouldn't talk.
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles was also offered the role of Clint Barton in The Avengers at some point before the casting of Jeremy Renner.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia Munn was also approached for the role of Vanessa before Morena Baccarin was cast. Eventually, Munn would play Psylocke in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Robert Rodriguez was originally approached to direct the movie before Tim Miller was hired.
Interesting.
Let's see, there were plans for other cameos like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but they would have been too expensive to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So Negasonic Teenage Warhead is a character that actually Disney Marvel owned at the time. But at the time that they were making Deadpool, Disney wanted to use the character of Ego the Living Planet in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, Ego originally debuted in a Fantastic Four comic, so they decided to make a deal to switch rights for the characters.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
That's not really much of a concern now, given that Fox is owned by Disney, but
Yeah, Disney owns everything now.
This is actually one of the last Marvel movies that Fox made before they were bought out by Disney. There was a few more after this. Just trying to think. X-Men Apocalypse, Logan, Deadpool 2. If there's any more, I can't think of any. But after that we got X-Men Dark Phoenix, which... what a way to go out for the X-Men. But there was also New Mutants, which I haven't seen. But those were released after Disney bought Fox.
Yeah, I haven't really watched any of those. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've watched any X-Men movies.
Well, you watched Logan.
Well, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Huh. Really haven't shown you very many X-Men movies.
No, you have not.
Well, don't count on watching very many because a huge chunk of them we're not even going to do for this show because Bryan Singer did some of them.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
Okay. Well, point is we're not doing any of his X-Men movies because he is a pedophile.
Okay. Yeah. That would be a problem.
Yeah, we'll get into other stuff we don't have any plans on doing a review of at some point soon, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, Deadpool. Oh, one more thing. Remember Bob, the goon that Deadpool doesn't kill at the end?
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't know his name was Bob.
Well, yeah, he called him Bob.
I thought it was something else.
He called him Bob.
Okay, Bob.
Well, that's actually a reference to the comics. There's a Bob, agent of Hydra, who really only joined Hydra because they had good dental.
Yeah, nice.
Who Deadpool's, he's just homies with him.
Yeah. Interesting.
Do you have anything more to say on Deadpool?
No, it is a fun movie. I liked it more than what I thought I did. I don't remember when the first time I watched this, but I don't think I saw it in theaters. I really don't remember. But yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I prefer the second movie, honestly. What about you?
I think I do too. There's just something about the second movie I like more, I think.
It's more fun and it's both more fun and more sad.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Deadpool 3 is coming this year. They were able to get it all done right after the acting and the writer strikes ended. So there's that.
Yeah, very exciting.
We have some of our cast confirmed. Of course, Ryan Reynolds will be back as Deadpool. That's a given. I would hope. Morena Baccarin is returning as Vanessa. And a little while ago, we got the wonderful news that Hugh Jackman was coming back as Wolverine after he died in Logan.
Yeah. So that will be interesting.
Jennifer Garner is returning as Elektra from the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie and her spinoff. So that's interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Brianna Hildebrand and Shioli Kutsana are returning as Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Yukio, respectively.
Nice.
Leslie Uggams is returning as Blind Al. Rob Delaney as Peter or Sugar Bear.
Oh, that's fun to see.
Karen Sony is returning as Dopinder, and Stefan Kapicic is returning as Colossus. That's all for returners. Now, who else we're gonna see? I don't know, but if words are to be believed, then it's gonna be a fun time.
It sounds like it is.
So we did Shrek, we did Shrek 2, we did Deadpool, we did Deadpool 2. Are we gonna do Shrek 3 and Deadpool 3? Might as well.
I mean, yeah, you may as well.
And if there's Deadpool 4, we'll do Shrek 4 with it.
Yes, we will.
But as for now, that will do it for us, unless you have anything more to say.
I wish I was not sick.
Yeah, me too, Black Lung.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so that'll do it for us, unless you... Well, I mean, do you have a favorite part of Deadpool?
It's all a fun time.
Yeah, it is. It's just... There's one thing that I could say that I have a bit of a problem with. Just going back and forth between the flashbacks and the main story. It got... Like, I get why it's done. I just didn't like the breaking up of the flow like that. It's just a me thing, though. What do you think?
I didn't really have a problem with it.
It's just a me thing, then.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's okay. It's still overall a really fun movie and a great time.
Yes, I agree.
We'll catch you guys next time.
See you next time.